Welcome back to another week of, what season is it right now? Fall 2025. We're almost done. Just a couple weeks away. And some animes have already ended. Remember, this is a weekly tier list where I rate the most recent episodes, Monday to Sunday, and give you an opinion of how I felt about it. So, let's talk about Chitose first. Chitose, I think, was a decent episode. Nothing too crazy going on. What was it? It was after the basketball stuff. Summer festival stuff was going on. A lot of, slice of life, just kind of chilling, random air hockey scenes. But then, like, the juicy stuff was at the end with the delinquents pulling up and Chitose basically screaming like a girl, saying help me, which is probably the best play he could do. I'm waiting for something to pop off. I think the next 2 episodes would be the moment where it's gonna do so, and we'll keep watching it. I know I should probably, if it comes down to channel optimization, I probably should have dropped this series a long time ago, but right now I'm just kind of tanking everything because I decided to force in JJK and Frieren in rather than these shows, which I still think is a good idea in terms of this unique circumstance as we're heading into winter 2026, and it's better to build out a playlist for season 1 and 2 for Frieren and JJK content, as they'll be getting views as the new winter hits and new, growth hits and stuff like that. So right now we're kind of like, what we're doing, we're planting seeds right now. We are genuinely preparing to like harvest the crops, and in order to do that, it's gonna be a little dry, so it's fine. We're gonna take that right there. Next up, Twisted Wonderland. I think this shit was fucking peak. I think it was, but let's put everything in gray for now, and then again change it at the end to see which one is actually peak. I thought Twisted Disney Wonderland was actually an amazing episode. It not only dives into, again, the great character dynamics between Riddle, Trey, and Chenya, and what's going on with them and the rest of the, the house. Why Riddle acts like a fucking diva. The delicate, like, accountability a victim must take, even though they are victims themselves. Basically, Riddle is like not supposed to be excused for the actions he's doing, but at the same time you can understand why he's doing it, and Trey should step up. And I thought it was just gonna be like a talking moment, but no, it's like showing us crazy fucking animation. It's showing us crazy boss transformations. The thing about like Riddle's like dark, like his gem, the darkness is spreading, Overblood, a new mechanic explained by the house master. I was shocked. It was fucking crazy. The direction was insane. The soundtracks, the visuals, everything about it was menacing. We got a cool new, boss scene coming up, and we still have 1 more episode to go. I think it's gonna end in a crazy way. I think it's gonna be climactic. I think that this has been a great anime so far, and I'm glad I stayed, to kind of just like see to the end. 8 episodes quickly, right? So nice and concise. Gachi Akuta. Not Gachakuta, Gachi Akuta. Most recent episode, I probably rate it good if not great. Let me think. So most of the episode is the aftermath of this big arc, and we're kind of recouping, whether it be, recovering and talking to Zanka about what's going to happen for the future. I like the character development there of him wanting to be stronger. There were some really funny slice of life moments, like them bumping to the beats in the cars together, or like the facial reactions between Rudo and Zanka, right? It feels like One Piece-esque in how at the end of each major arc, there's like parties and celebrations, as well as just some chill downtime that really highlights the slice of life between the characters. And I think this episode did a good job doing that. It also really hyped up insane stuff near the end, right? Brand new characters pulling up oro farming. Some red-haired person, I don't know who it is. More silhouettes. More Raider characters that we haven't even seen yet, like the person with the headphones in. It's looking like Hyo has found the body of Nerede, who might be still alive, which is going to be really cool if they pair up. We'll see if she's actually still alive. And it kind of like, again, it sets up season 2 content really well. I'd say overall, good episode if not great. Mugen Gacha, I would also kind of put it here. So let me think. I think it'll get promoted to great later on. But the thing about Mugen Gacha this week, completely, not a letdown, but definitely a drop off in quality compared to the previous episode. where like Aoki pulled up and all the other Giga Chat animators pulled up for that. And I guess that one had a lot more motion. This one was, you know, more talk, more mental damage towards, you know, Mikhail and, you know, Sasha, the elf betrothed, right? So I think they highlighted the menacing darkness that's in Light pretty well. The way that he was just toying with them, torturing with them, how delusional Sasha was, playing her ocarina and working off of her delusional fiance, saying, oh my god, and then Mikhail was like, it's gonna be okay, and he's like, you're right. The powers are all crazy. Again, I wish they had a little bit more significance and setup for us to truly appreciate the power system, but crazy shit is happening. God Requiem Gungnir was pretty cool. I don't really know of the overall compositing. I think the dark aura and all these dark colors trying to, you know, mesh into one is hard to do. There were some scenes where I thought it was kind of just dark settings obscured with CG smokes, but still, I think it was still really entertaining. I think it was a pretty good episode, if not great. And we'll see at the end where it lands. Wild Last Boss. Wild Last Boss was also very similar to Gachi Akuta in terms of how they set up like season 2 content. This was the actual finale, and the first bit, very slow, slice of life, just chilling, getting to this new Parthenos' place. The jokes are okay. I'm just kind of just not really paying too much attention. But things get really tricky, right? When Dina's being sus as we're getting closer to Rufus's like hometown, right? Her mother's grave and all that stuff, which is gonna rekindle the memories of the old Rufus, who was apparently sealed away, right? And the plot is becoming a lot more apparent with the dragons coming out and the goddess avatars. Dina clearly is the goddess avatar, trying to prevent, you know, the awakening of the old Rufus, who even predicted that this would happen. These dragons are probably going to awaken as like a last minute insurance when the old Rufus is ready to come back and go against the goddess's script. There's brand new, you know, 12 heavenly zodiac members being announced too, of members who sealed away the dragons. Things are looking pretty hype. I hope that they can deliver, you know, season 2 in amazing quality. Again, this anime, definitely one of the better animes, if not one of the best new animes of fall 2025. Glad I checked it out. Orm versus Rufus fight, I think, was so fucking good last week. I wish that it was, what was it? I wish it was much more well received in the public in the future. Strange Grief also ended. I think this is mid. It's just mid. Even though it's mid, it doesn't mean that it's a show that I didn't enjoy watching. There's a lot of mid fun shows that we love eating up, and I think Strange Grief is a great example of that. It is probably somewhere within like 6.5 to 7 out of 10 rating I'd give for this season. A quick 11 episodes where the beginning part I think was very fun for me because of the character Arnold. That running gag really hit for me. And then there's a lot of, you know, sexy fan service we enjoy. The other stuff, I think one of my favorite episodes after that was the banquet hall where they're getting ready before the bodyguard arc, you know, starts. But after that, I think it kind of falls off. Like, basically, way too much things are being cut out. It feels very choppy, and they're not really explaining much of the things going on, like with the Kitsune, like Fox Palace. They briefly mention stuff. I'm sure in the light novel, they add in more details so that the audience is kind of aware, but it felt way too fast-paced with a lot of missing context, and the jokes didn't really deliver, but I'm still having a good time. So overall, yeah, I think season 1 was better. Season 2 at the end was slightly disappointing based on how just kind of chopped everything was. But overall, still an enjoyable mid-anime that I would rate a 6 point something out of 10. At the highest, I give it 7. I think a 7 is too good of a score for an anime like this, though. I feel like a 7 has to have some sort of polish, right? I think that Strange Grief can just excel like a 6.9 out of 10. It was a fun show. I'd watch it again, honestly. One Punch Man? Get the fuck out. It's crazy how my reaction is an hour long. Like, how the fuck did that work? It's crazy. Genuinely. Like, we watched 50, and this is an edited video. 52 minutes is fucking crazy. What the fuck were we talking about? There was so much fucked up shit happening with each frame that it was just so fun to laugh at. It was honestly a fun time to watch. But like, if you were to watch it alone by yourself, it's gonna be a nightmare, right? Again, shitty shows to watch together and laugh at together is a great time. But when you watch shitty shows by yourself, it is really fucking boring. Yeah, I do remember how I put episode 1 in peak and I still stand by it. Go listen to the words explained there and you'll understand, instead of trying to give a gotcha moment right now saying, oh my god, you think about this now? Like, there's nothing inconsistent about my mindset. If you understood why I even put episode 1 in peak, you wouldn't write this stupid ass retard comment in here right now trying to fucking instigate. Say one more thing, I'll fucking ban you, retard. And finally, top of the fucking list. This was genuinely like, wow. What an amazing experience. It's crazy. I would have to create another tier because I want to basically, let's do that. Let's do that. I do. All right. Let's add a row above and let's call this God, because that's what it was. That's genuinely what it was. Chainsaw Man genuinely was God tier. It was fucking crazy how good this movie was. Start to finish, so consistent, so coherent. The messages and the symbolisms and the themes that they're trying to portray wasn't even obscured. I think it was a pretty simple story in my opinion. And what was that? It's a tragic love story between two kindred souls that could never be. Reze, an experiment of the Russian White Room, who is out here to retrieve the chainsaw's heart. But while on her mission, she meets a boy who's literally in a similar position to her, and she can't bring herself to do so. She in fact falls in love, and Denji is just a fucking dog, you know? He's just living through it, you know, and his ignorant yet enlightened perspectives about how he views things troubles Reze, and they really care about each other, and everything really beautifully manifests in the pool scene, right? And then it falls apart. The relationship, I mean, because she is the bomb devil, she's got to do her job, but it's so painful how it ends. Because again, at the beach, she tries to tell him like, I could have killed you. I never liked you. All these different things. And then I said, nah, this is a lie. She's trying to make him not feel bad about what's going to happen. She's trying to give him closure, but also protect her heart and tell herself that nothing really mattered. And then she doesn't even run away. She goes back to the fucking cafe the way it started. Denji's already there waiting with the bouquet of flowers, just like how it started. And then Makima pulls up with Angel. And it's just like, damn. Wow. The soundtrack, the orchestral composition, the piano goes fucking hard during those pool scenes and the beach scenes and the water scenes. And the fight soundtracks, the fucking hype beats, just dun 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 dun, bass boosted, just fucking Bomb Devil running down the street, just carpet bombing shit, crazy choreography, movement happening. Beam is such a hype character, you know, helping out Denji as well. Typhoon Devil was doing their thing too. I think this movie was a masterpiece, start to end, beautiful. One of the best anime movies to ever come out. And god fucking damn, that shit was peak. I'm so glad I was there to watch it. God tier. And yeah, that's where I place it. Now, let's recalibrate. So I do think that Disney Twisted Wonderland does deserve its place in peak for the last episode. The way that they set up Overplot and executed it, I think was beautifully well done. I would also put these here too. Why not? I will. Yeah. I think I'll put something like this. I think these were great episodes. It's just that compared to the previous, it's not as you know, polished. But they were really fun to watch. They were great episodes. This is good, consistent, nothing too crazy. This is mid, choppy, wonky, fun. And this, what the fuck is this? What am I looking at? Just please tell me that the next, because like Atomic Samurai versus Black Sperm is incoming. If you're a manga reader, you understand the significance of this fight, because this is where it's like, you can't fuck this up, especially with the type of character Atomic Samurai is. I think I'll make a separate video later in the week explaining what's gonna happen, you know, because I do think they're gonna try a bit harder for Atomic Samurai versus Black Sperm. If you've seen the Atomic Samurai scenes in the anime, even during the most fucked up episodes when their disciples are just PNGs moving, they do seem to care about Atomic Samurai quite a lot in terms of his animations. And last episode, yeah, it was fucking dog shit, but if you look at the Atomic Samurai cuts, there was some polish there. So I'm really hoping that they're gonna at least fucking deliver on this fight. Please don't ruin it. This is my tier list for this week. See you next time.